furniture, by the way. How to buy real estate high and sell really, really low. How to build a pyramid scheme. Remember that one? Finally, how to fall asleep while singing. Yes. Do we remember that one, Bruce?
I remember.
Boy, Rory and I really do remember that one. And we laughed our asses off. That whole gig, we laughed. And you know the best part is that we ended up getting another job from that one. They loved us. They went up to you, oh, you were great, Bruce. Sounded great. So,
And I was wrestling.
yes, you were. Each and every one of us have a story about Bruce. We could be here for years and years and years. And for those who are so lucky, we're so blessed to have you in our lives. You may not know this, but Bruce and Rory have been working for many, many years. And they were hired to work on the Titanic. Lucky for them, they picked real musicians. No, seriously, folks, seriously. We almost lost our friend a few months back. And ever since he woke up, Bruce has been somewhat confused of which God to thank. So he is thanking them all by celebrating Mass, Sabbath, Kwanzaa, and any evangelist he watches on Sunday morning. You know what? I think it's great, as long as you don't cut any chickens' heads. We think it's great, right? And it's more chances of getting right. Now let the roasting begin. Now, ladies and gentlemen, our first presenter is one of South Florida's most devoted political analysts and surviving member of the 1800s duo, Ray Stevens. The one and only Rory Stevens.
So you want me to get political, huh?
Wait. Buy some drinks. Buy some drinks for Rory, and then ask him any political questions you want to. Good luck with that one.
I've already had two. Politics and religion. I'll stay away from it. Actually, I won't, but okay. Anyway, this is very strange because I'm used to speaking to 14-year-olds. I do that a lot. Yeah, I'm in the right place. No, well, this is true. So, where do we begin? We begin at Woodmont Country Club. I think it was 25 or 26 years ago. We were working for Honey Lamb. We were getting paid $100 each, and that was good bread back then. Yeah. Yeah, it is, you're right. Son of a... Hey, listen, I asked Bruce, I said, now what are the boundaries? Can I get raunchy? He said, shit, yeah. I said, all right. So yeah, we were making 100 each, and Bobby Banks was the band leader, and Norm was the drummer. And Bruce brought his tapes, and when it was time to get down, he put Flashdance in the tape, and he played guitar and sang. And that portended of things to come in the future. The button. I mean, I've done jobs with Bruce all night long. It's just the button. Didn't play one note, just the button. The button. Yeah, it's true. Anyway, after that, the wrong button, a lot. So we were talking, we met, we both from New York. We had a lot in common, and we had a lot not in common. We'll talk about that in a moment. But what we had in common in New York were, actually, where I come from, it was happening. Right? You know what I'm talking about. And where he came from, it was double happening. Listen, this is not the first brush with death Bruce has had. I'm a chiropractor. I don't practice anymore, but I opened up an office, and Bruce was one of my first patients. And he comes in, and I have my brand new X-ray machine. I said, all right, man, line him up, take the best set of X-rays I ever took. I'm looking at his thoracic spine. I go, holy shit, that's a bullet. There's a bullet in your spine. There is. It's still there. There's a bullet, I think it was T7, thoracic vertebra 7. And you know, they say baseball is a game of inches, man. Life is a game of millimeters. I'm talking just a millimeter to the left, and it's going to hit the spinal cord, and he's not walking. Yeah, and he's got the scars to show for it. And this is your left arm.
I got scars all over now.
I mean, this bullet went through and just did not hit an artery or an organ. It just lodged in this vertebra just perfectly. Amazing, amazing. So that's why I started hanging out with you. I thought, you know, you're going to make it, and you did make it. Anyway, the job is over, and we exchanged numbers, and the way that usually goes, you never call. But I needed a patch cord one day. I called Bruce. He says, come on over. I get the patch cord. Thank him. A couple of weeks later, I get an invitation from my condo. I'm living in, where are we living? Biscayne Cove. And they say, we want a single. Now, I'm an introvert, and he's an extrovert. So I said, Bruce, how would you like to learn how to sing standards and do the single with me? He had never, standards, there's a picture over here. He's with an all-black band like this. And all of a sudden, he's going to sing Hello, Dolly. And it's true. So, I mean, we used to practice in my house, and I taught him, I don't know, just a whole array of standard tunes, and we went and did our first show at Biscayne Cove. And then we're playing a job, what's the name of that place? It's a temple. No, a temple. We're playing at a temple. No, before Colony, and Peter Bauer is there. But yeah, in North Miami Beach, and Peter Bauer's there. It's Temple sign or whatever. And Peter's there, and he says, you guys are great. And that was our into Colony, and I really do believe that really helped us big time. That got us started with Ray Stevens, no longer the Ray Stevens duo, but yeah. Hey, there's a lot more to Bruce than a bullet in his spine. We used to play basketball all the time. I thought I was pretty good, but I never would admit it. Tonight I'll admit it. He beat me 3 out of 5, 6 out of 10, 60%. But he had an advantage, man. It wasn't fair, and it really pissed me off. Because when he was about 21 or 22, he went away to this camp for adults. Yeah, and the taxpayers paid for it, you know what I'm saying? And I said, Bruce, man, how did you survive prison? He was in prison for, I don't know, a year? Well, he was there for 7 months. I said, man, I said I was black. I said, my father's black, Ernie, I'm sorry. My father's black, my mother's white. And he could play ball. He had an incredible advantage on me, man. He played some basketball, plus he played bass in the band. He survived, he came back out. There's a great picture up here of him in that band, right? So Bruce was a fairly good basketball player. He was better than me. I got a story about Les Wagman. Anybody remember Les Wagman? Les Wagman was our mentor. You know, we came down from New York, and we decided that we weren't going to follow that suit. We were going to break away from the New York mold. So Les takes us out to we're going to a meeting. We're going to meet a business meeting. We wind up in Hialeah at some sleazo strip joint. Remember that? Holy mackerel. Bruce played a game with girls. It was called You Show Me Yours, I'll Show You Mine. Yeah. So one day, I'm over at his house with Mindy and Chloe. She's about 2 years old. Brock and Brandon and Chloe disappear. 2 minutes later, Chloe comes out with no clothes on. I said, what you teaching your children, man? Yeah, so I'm at the